Hey everyone, it is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're taking a look at the Model World MW001 Ren Sora. Now, Model World, I was told by a buddy of mine that it is a WeiJiang, I guess. So like kind of a second company of WeiJiang, maybe like a sister company, if you will. So, but anyways, they are doing an oversized version of the Voyager Last Night Megtron, and so I want to compare the two of them. I actually have the Voyager one right here, so I'll just kind of put him in front there. It looks like Papa and Son right there. So let's take a look at the box here. The box looks really cool. I like this box. I like this artwork here on the front. That looks really neat right there with that kind of like kinetic energy ball right there. Looks cool. So really nice artwork there on the box. Over here on the side, you can see him in his plane mode right there. On the back right there, it says, and let me see if I can zoom in there for you. Right there, it says, Ren Sora, mysterious alien machines are hidden among us. They have incredible powers. They fight for millions of years, only for the mysterious source of the holy fire. In the Arctic ice frozen in hundreds of years, Rendsora finally regained his freedom. The earth will shake, the stars will be falling down from the sky, heaven also shook. The most dangerous deformation warrior of the whole universe across the galaxy to the earth, only to seize the source of fire, control the universe. So when it talks about coming out of the ice, obviously that's when Megtron was frozen in ice, and at least what I think. And so that's where that's from, I believe. So anyways, there he is right there. You can see him in his robot mode and then in his jet ship mode right there. So that looks cool right there. Going to the bottom of the box here. Just if you want to take a look at the box there. It's got a lot of different languages. I think that's Russian right there. And that's some kind of a Middle Eastern language right here. Right there, but I'm not sure what exactly that is. If any of you guys know, let me know. I'm curious to know. And then the English is not 100%. It says, please pick up not for child play. Instead of child play there. So, but anyways, product name, Deformation Model Toys. Product size, see the packaging. So, there you go. Alright, let's get that box out of the way. And let's focus in on these two guys. So, I wanted to compare them. I don't really collect movie figures. I think the only movie figures that I actually have in my collection, besides now these two, are the Dinobots from the last movie. Not this movie, but the last movie. And just because I love the Dinobots and I love dinosaurs. So I got the Fruity Pebble colored ones that were released just like at, wherever, Walmart, Toys R Us, Target, wherever you want to go. So those are the ones that I got. I didn't get the ones that actually look like the G1 colors. So, but these guys I picked up simply because I love planes, I love jets, I love any kind. And so I saw his plane mode and I was like, man, that is so cool. So I have the Tetra Squadron, and those were made by, I think, Impossible Toys before they closed down. So I got them just because I like them, but I got planes everywhere all over my whole little Transformer cave here. So that's the reason why I picked him up, just because of his plane mode. Now his robot mode, don't get me wrong, looks cool, but I really like his plane mode. So he also comes with an instruction sheet like this. One side there, it shows how you're getting it started to go into the plane mode, and then it finishes off right there in the back. So that's nice. They're all in color, so that's really cool too. Now looking at his size, you can see obviously he's way larger than a Voyager, because that's a Voyager version, and then there he is. So he's even taller than, I'm going to bring in Time's Return 6-shot here. And he's even taller than a leader class figure. So he's big. I want to say he's probably like the old Ultra class size. And I have the RID Ultra Magnus here. And I want to say he was Ultra class, if I'm not mistaken. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was Ultra class. And he's even taller than an Ultra class. You can see how big he is compared to Magnus. He's still about, I say about maybe a head taller than Ultra Magnus. So he's a large figure, just to kind of show you how big he is there. I'll bring in Masterpiece Optimus Prime, just to show you again how much larger he is than that. So there he is next to MP10. I have a few other Megatrons here that I want to put in here with him just because. This one, you guys saw my review on him. I didn't really care for him too much, but I still have him in my collection because obviously, if you watch my review of, I can't remember who it was I was reviewing, but I mentioned how my Masterpiece Megatron got stolen in my vehicle when I was traveling. So I still have him, Apollyon. He's still in my collection until I can get a replacement. But even then, I think I'm just going to leave him there because I don't know. I just probably will. So anyways, there he is next to Apollyon. Let's see, who else I got? Combiner Wars, Tank Megatron right there. There he is next to Tank Megatron. Let's see, Old Classics Megatron, the Nerf gun looking one, which actually I did like that mold there. I guess I didn't care for the Nerf colors on him, and that's kind of what threw me off. But the Takara one was actually pretty good looking, minus the wings there. And then just because I have the Toy World version of the Megatron right there. And then just because, like I said, just to kind of show you some size comparisons there. And you get out of the screen there, buddy. I'm already done with you. So there we are. All right, now let's focus in on these two guys here. So this one, again, is the Hasbro one. And then this one, obviously, we know is the third-party one, if you will. So this one is cool, but this one is a lot better. So the differences between them, obviously, if we can see, number one, let me pull this down, that's up. Number one is obviously the size, but two, the gray colors that are used. So this one's a lighter gray. It's not like a light gray, but it's like a medium gray. This one's like a dark, kind of like a gunmetal gray color, which is really cool. And then he's got die-cast metal. He's got die-cast metal on his feet. He's got die-cast metal on these wings tips here. And I believe that is it. I can't remember if there's any other die-cast anywhere else. As we're going along, I'll see if I can remember. But you get that. And then also this here is more kind of like a goldish maybe color. Not really gold, but kind of looking like it's supposed to be gold. Let me see if I can zoom in there on that. So it's supposed to be kind of like a goldish color there. Whereas they opted for more of a copper color on this guy here. And I actually like the way that looks. That looks better, I think, than this one does here. That kind of looks like, I don't know, honey mustard or something. But that one there, that copper looks really cool. And then you can see just right there on the hip skirts, these don't have any kind of paint apps at all. It's just that molded gray plastic. Over here, they opted to put in some nice silver paint and then that chrome color right there as well. Also, the chest pieces are different. So the chest piece on this Megatron here is just molded in plastic. This one they went with a translucent red right here. Now over here, this one I believe he's got, maybe it's not light piping. I thought, yeah it is. There's some light piping inside there. I think this is through the light here is light piping on him. But you really can't tell so much. Whereas over here, they went ahead and, I'm just going to tip them sideways so we can see. But they went ahead and just painted the eyes red. And then painted the top of that skull there red. So I don't know how well that's coming out there for the eyes. They're kind of small. But they look cool. If I can get some good lighting inside there. They're a nice red color. I don't know how well it's going to pick up. But the same red color that's up here inside the skull right here. And I love that face. It's menacing. On both of them, it's just that menacing looking face. The one thing that the Hasbro figure didn't do, and I was hoping they would do that on this one, and they didn't. But the Hasbro one, these should have been able to slide over and kind of cover his face to give him that like face mask. And I was thinking since he was going to be oversized and everything, that they were going to do that, but they didn't. But that would have been cool if they would just include some hinges so this can kind of close over and give him that kind of a face shield. Thought that would have been really neat. But again, that didn't happen. Let's see, what other differences are there besides colors? Oh, okay, going to the back. The sword. Now the sword here is all just that gray plastic. And let's pull these off. This sword is just a gray plastic all around through it. And then this one, they opted to go with that gray, but with a translucent red right here. So, I don't know, I think I'm more of a fan of this right here. If they would have done this, this isn't too bad, but I don't know. It makes it look more like a toy instead of a collectible, like if it would have been this color. Or just the color they went with this would have been a lot better, in my opinion. So there's that. And just a few subtle paint differences here. And I forgot to fold these up when I was messing with them. They're supposed to go up like this. Another thing, I guess, is I'm looking at it now. So, like, all of his plastic, like, hinge pieces here, inside here, these here, these are all just that molded light plastic gray, lighter than this here. Whereas over here on this one, they went ahead and made them almost like a black color. Yeah, it is kind of black here. This looks a lot better. This one just looks more professional and more like a collector's item than this one does here. And then for the price, I mean, this guy, I believe, was, I want to say he's $45, something along those lines. And he's $30. So you think about it, you're getting a larger figure and with better paint apps, die-cast metal, and things like that for about $15 more than this guy here. Now, maybe he's too big to be in your collection, but if you are collecting oversized stuff or you just like large jets, this would be a good one to pick up. So, all right, so let's quit talking about them right here. I'm going to transform him up, and then we're going to take a look at the both of them in their plane modes. So let's go ahead and pull him here, and we're going to start by, oh, another thing, actually, I forgot to mention, and it's worth mentioning, I think. But so here I'm on his forearms. He's got the opening right there on the forearm where the fist folds in. So he has one too, but not quite as large. So you can see there they actually gave him this cover to kind of cover a little bit of that forearm gappage right there. I think the only reason why they didn't do that all the way is because when the fist folds in, there would be no way to close that 100% because kind of the way this is molded right there, you wouldn't be able to sit that on there because it kind of sits flush with that. So I can see why they didn't finish doing that, but it was cool that they included this piece right here. So, all right, let's get back to his transformation. So you just get off to the side here for buddy. All right, we're gonna get the hands, put them inside like this. And fold this piece up right here on the arm cannon, which I like. I like this arm cannon, it's so cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull open these chest pieces here. Now on this one, the chest piece is a little bit hard to pull open because they peg in so well. So I'm gonna get my little screwdriver here just to kind of help me out. And I just like to stick them underneath there and just kind of pop it open. Just because they peg in so well. Let me see if I can get it. And I know I've had somebody tell me before, don't use a screwdriver, you're going to mess it up. And I'm like, okay, I won't. And then I use a screwdriver. So anyways, just to pop it open because these peg in very well right inside there. So pull those open like that. And man, I love that face sculpt. I'm going to go back to that. I just think that looks so cool. Look at that. I mean, he looks wicked. Those teeth, everything. And I know it's not their design, but you know, just when it's larger, it looks really cool. So, okay, so going back. Take that, fold these over like this, fold this over like this. Just gonna pick up these hip skirts right here. And you know what, the one thing we didn't do, and I should have, I don't know why I didn't, now we're gonna do it. We didn't talk about articulation, and that's my bad. So all right, let's do that real quick. So articulation, before we get started, and some of you may already have seen this, so you're like, well, why don't we need to go over that? But we will. So the head, it's kind of on a little bit of a hinge there. Goes up and down, but not a whole lot. It spins all the way around if you wanted to. The arms do come out to the side like this, and they're on a nice, strong ratchet. Whereas on this one, I don't think this one has a strong ratchet like that. Let's see. No, actually it's not. It's kind of just like a friction joint right there. So this one gets a strong ratchet. And then this was just on a friction right there. The arms themselves, they got a bicep swivel right there. And then you got a nice clickety ratchet right there on that elbow. He does not. His again is just friction. Another thing he has, or rather he doesn't have a wrist swivel at all. But on him, they did put one in there. Let me pull this back open. And they gave him a wrist swivel right here. So that's cool. I thought that was really neat. So that is super cool they gave him that wrist swivel. And I like, and it was this way with this guy here, but I like just how super posable this figure is. This is a really posable figure. So I like that. Waist, there's nothing on the waist there because of this whole back piece here. Let's get his legs, his arms up out of the way. The legs can move forward. And again, nice, strong clickety ratchet right there. They can move all the way back too. His legs, again, that's just going to be friction. There's no any kind of ratchets in there, nor in the knee. And then on his knee, he's got nice strong ratchets there. And down on the feet, they do have a toe tilt, but again, that is because of transformation. And he's got kind of like a shin tilt, and that's because of transformation, so the shin tilts like that. So there you go, that's pretty much articulation. Now let's go ahead and transform them up. So like I was saying, we're going to put these in here like this. Close that down. And let's go ahead and flip his head around like this. Let me see if I can pick this up a little bit so we can see a lot better. Okay. And then we open these up here. I'm going to have to use my screwdriver again. One there and one right there. Open these up. Flip these in like this. One like that. One like that. Come around here so you can get all this stuff out of the way. Let's just open these up just because. I'm going to open these up like this. Come around here to the back. I'm going to pick this piece up. And we're going to close this in around his head. And those are going to tab in right here at the bottom. So that tab, you see that tab? Oops, right there. It goes into a tab slot that's right inside the back of the neck area there. So that goes in like that. Pick the legs open like this. We're going to pull this piece down just like this. Get that out. And then the feet, or the legs rather, you want to get them and rotate so that way his toes are pointed in like this. Okay, so he has his toes in, and we're going to take the feet and we're going to rotate them down like this, and then open up these wing sections here like this, open up this one here like this, and we're going to take this piece here and we're going to flip it up, and there's this peg that is right here. Let's see if we can see that pretty well. Right there. That's going to peg into the bottom of the foot, and it's going to go into this slot that is right there. Okay, so take that. Pull that up, and you want to put it all the way up and get that pegged in. I'm trying to keep this guy on camera. Here we go. Let's do it this way. Get that all the way up, and then just tab that in right there. All right. Do the same thing on the other side here. Get this. Like I said, pull this piece all the way up, and tab him in right where it belongs, where I said it belongs, right there. All right. There we go. And then, for right now, let's just kind of leave that the way it is. I'm going to come down here to this piece here, and these have to fold in on the inside here. So we're going to start by using this portion first, right here. Let's get this out of the way here. So these go in, and I have these arms up. They're actually supposed to be this way. I put his arms up, I had to get them out of the way. But so this right here, you're going to get this, and you're going to have this thing folded over, the arm cannon, and fold it over. And now when you flip this, this piece is going to sit right inside here, and this peg that's right there, let's see if we can see it right there, is going to go inside that slot right there. So just take that, flip this over, get that rested inside there, and peg that in. And then you're going to take this one here, and you're going to pull this one over, and you're going to get this peg right here, and that's going to go inside that slot that is sitting right there. Okay, so let's get that. Let's fold that over just like this. Get that, get it inside there, and make sure it tabs in. And sometimes it may untab, so you want to kind of make sure they're folded in really well. Okay, so that goes just like that. Get these legs, put them down just like this. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take these, and there's two tab spots. There's a tab here, and there's a tab right there. And so this on the Voyager one, they only had one tab. And let me pull him in real quick just to kind of show you. They only had this one tab that tabs in right there. We can't see that. That one tab right there, it got kind of blurry there, but that one tab only pegs in to that spot. Whereas on this one, they gave you two tabs so that way it was more secured. And so now you can tab it into this one here and this one here. So just take it, close that down, and once you get one in, the other one will find itself. So you just tab that one in like that, and then grab this one there and just push that right into that leg spot or that thigh, just like so. And that way you get that in there. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So grab this one, tab it in there, and find this one over here, and tab it in. Come on. tab you in, and tab you in as well. Okay, so now we got those tabbed in just like that. And lastly, we're going to come along to the back here, and this one already fell into place there, but you pick these up, you come down, and so you got this tab right here, and that's going to go into this slot right here on the wing, and then this slot is going to go over this mushroom peg that is sitting right there. Just take those, and again, all you got to do is get the mushroom peg on first, and then you can get the other piece and just tab that right into the wing there. So this one is already there. Let's just go ahead and finish it up. Just take that mushroom peg, put it on top, and do that. And there he is in its plane mode, and man, this thing is gorgeous. I mean, it's a huge plane, and it's just really awesome looking. So we're going to show him off next to his Voyager buddy here, and just to kind of show off some comparisons. And then I'm going to pull in another jet just to kind of show what he looks like. So let's take a look at him with his Voyager guy. Alright, so there he is, and I'm going to put his sword on him. We'll put it this way here. I say the instructions called for it to be facing the front, but no, I think it looks better with it facing the back like that. So take this one, put this one on here like this, and just kind of show you size comparison wise between the Voyager and, like I said, probably bigger than an Ultra class figure. This one here is an Ultra class figure, or bigger than that. So like I said, it looks like Papa and Son, you know, on top of or flying with each other. So that's cool. Like I said, I do like this color better over here. I love the way this looks here. All this copper looks really cool compared to this one here. At first I thought this one looked nice, but this one looks way better. And so they took away this color here as well, and they just gave you the translucent red windshield there. And he doesn't have any of these writing or markings on here. He did have a Decepticon symbol on him, but that went away obviously from this one because it's not an official Hasbro product. So this one though, however, it has kind of like some, I don't know if that's supposed to be Cybertronian writing or Chinese writing or Japanese writing. I'm not sure what that is, but it's got all that on there and it looks really cool. So I keep saying that. I keep saying it looks cool because it really does. Looking at the bottom of them, again, you can see some differences. The same ones we saw when he was in his robot mode, but it just makes this plane look a lot better. Like I said, this one looks more of a collectible and this looks more of a toy. So really neat. I just love the way this looks. I'm going to bring in a Masterpiece Seeker jet just to show you the size comparison with the Seeker jet. And there is a Seeker next to him. Let's pull all these guys like this just so we can kind of see. I'm going to bring up my camera here and kind of just take a look at that so we can see kind of from the top angle. So there they are. There's a Seeker jet right there. And he's a lot longer than a Seeker is. I'm going to push him all the way to the back right here. And you can see that he is substantially, well, I say substantially, but just a little bit longer than a Seeker jet. Probably about half an inch to an inch. But he just looks a lot bigger because he's wider. His wingspan is a lot wider. And so if I put the Seeker jet on top of him, and I keep saying Seeker jet because I don't know what this guy's name is. So anyways, you can see the size of the wingspan there, and just overall the length looks really cool. So that is it, you guys. I just kind of wanted to compare these two here. I love doing comparison videos, and I know some of you guys like to see them, so I wanted to compare these two guys off, see what you guys think. Do you even like this figure? Did you like Megtron in the movie? Do you think you'll pick this one up for the price difference of the two? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will put a link in the description to where you can get one of these guys from here. And just let me know what you guys think. And as always, you guys, until next time, stay safe and thanks for watching.